Hello everybody. Today we'll be recreating Belly's top from The Summer I Turned Pretty. Here is the photo for reference. The colors I am using are by the brand Kaboo in yellow, white, and ice blue. I'm also using a measuring tape, a 6mm crochet hook, some scissors, and a needle. The granny squares we'll be making will measure 4 inches by 4 inches. The first thing that we're going to do is create a magic circle, and within that magic circle we're going to create 8 double crochets around. When you're done with your 8 double crochets, we're going to slip stitch into that first double crochet that we created at the beginning. Then grab your white yarn and bring that through the yellow, and then chain 3, and then we will double crochet 2 into that same stitch. The chain 3 counts as a 1 double crochet, and then in the remaining stitches you'll crochet 3 double crochets until you get back around. Are at the end, so we're going to slip stitch into that chain area. Go ahead and cut the white off. Now grab your blue yarn and bring it in one of the spaces between the groups of 3 double crochets. You will chain 3, and this counts as our first double crochet, and then you'll do 2 more double crochets in the same space. In the next space, we'll be doing 3 double crochets, 2 chain, and 3 double crochets, all in that same space. This creates a corner area. In the next space, we'll be creating 3 double crochets, and then the next space will be the corner again, and then you're just going to repeat those all the way around. When you get back to the end, we're going to slip stitch into that chain area again, and then we are going to chain 1, and then you will single crochet into that same chain area, and we're going to make a border all around this by single crocheting in every single stitch. And then when you're back around, we'll slip stitch into that first single crochet you made, and then chain 1, and then we'll fasten off. Then we are going to grab our white yarn and connect it into any of the single crochets that you want to start at, and then chain 1, single crochet in the same space, and then single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And then at the end, we're going to do the same thing by slip stitching into that first single crochet, and then chaining and fastening off. Here is what the square looks like when it is finished. Depending on the size top you are making, you will need 32 squares for the size medium top. I am using... Here are the granny squares laid out for the front panel. I am using 12 granny squares. Before you connect your squares together, make sure to put your squares face down, and you will be putting right side to right side when sewing or crocheting across to connect your squares. Here I am pointing out where to sew or crochet along. I decided to use the single crochet method, but later on I did switch to sewing. So instead of going only in the front loop and then the back loop, I'm just going through both loops on both of the granny square pieces. And yeah, so just connect all your squares together with whatever method you choose. Both of the panels for the front completed, and now we're going to create the back panel. So for the back panel I'm using, and then here I'm showing the back panel, so I used 12 granny squares again, and we're just going to create a big rectangle and then sew or crochet all that together, and then here is it. So here's the front, and we're going to lay that down, and I'm showing you the front pieces. You'll be connecting the sides on this. Only do the sides, don't do the top or bottom. So again, make sure your right side to right side is facing each other. And I should mention, I could have made one big rectangle area, but the way my brain was processing this was to make the front piece first and then the back piece. But yeah, that's basically irrelevant, but here this is. And then we're going to single crochet with white all the way around this big rectangle. And then here I'm showing connecting the white yarn and putting a single crochet into each stitch all the way around. And then here at the end we'll slip stitch into that first single crochet, and then we'll cut off the yarn and hide the end. And then after you have your single crochet border, I'm just showing what the front looks like folded over. We're going to create a section for the buttons and another section for where the buttons will slide into. So to create a section for the buttons, we are going to insert our hook into whichever corner you decide to make this. I chose the left side, but we're going to connect our white yarn and then single crochet a straight line down, chain one, single crochet back down, chain one and single crochet back down. And then you'll fasten off and hide your end. Then lay your buttons out where you would like them to be. I chose to use 4 buttons and just tack them down. And then we will go to our other side and we are going to create a section where the buttons can connect to. So for this I chose to single crochet a couple stitches and then line it up with the other side, and wherever my button area lined up, I decided to chain 2 and then skip 2 and single crochet in that third section, single crochet a few more until the next button lined up, and then I chained 2, single crocheted in the third stitch and single crocheted a few more and repeated. So hopefully that made sense, but here you can see me trying to line up the button, and then I just continued on down. And then when I got to the end, I chained 1 and done a single crochet all the way back down, and then I done chain 1 again and single crocheted all the way back down. And then I fastened it off and hid the end. And then here I am showing that the buttons fit through the little holes I created. And then next we're going to work on the straps, and for the straps I decided to use 4 squares for each side, and I should have done 3 after I got done with this top, but you know what, you live and you learn. So here they are connected, and to connect them it's the same process as the connecting granny squares for the front or the back pieces. So yeah, just create 4 or however many you need to make the straps and connect them together, and then we'll do a single crochet border all the way around. Want to lay the front and back piece on your body, like wrap it around you, and then take the straps and kind of lay them out where you want them to connect. And to connect them, you'll put good side to good side and single crochet or sew along that little line. After you have your straps connected, make sure to weave in all of your ends, and you are completed with the top. After I finish this top, I think I would have done one thing differently. I would have done 3 granny squares instead of 4 for the straps. But it still turned out pretty good, and I think it looks pretty similar to the top that we tried recreating. And hopefully all my instructions made sense, but of course if you have any questions, just comment them down below and I'll be more than happy to answer. And if anyone's interested in buying this, I will have it posted for sale. Or if I don't, just comment down below in this video or send me a message on any of my social medias and I'll get back to you. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you have any suggestions on what to do next, comment them down below. And thank you for watching, and have a great day. Goodbye.